What's up, rockers?
Hey, I'm Kaz.
And I'm Shane. Welcome to another exciting episode of For the Record with Kaz and Shay. Kaz, we're in a very special place, Supernova Barbershop in Tacoma, sitting with...
Oh, God. Blind Marky Feldstone and Donnie Paycheck.
Of the world's greatest band, Zeke. And that's not even hyperbole or nothing. We are so happy that you guys agreed to do this. We absolutely love you guys. So thank you so much for doing this.
You are our favorites.
You're welcome. Well, we love you guys too.
Well, man, should we stop it and just hug for a bit? Like a 5-minute extended hug on there?
I think the episode's done. They just said it.
Yeah,
So
there we go. All right, see you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching.
No, we just want to thank you guys. This is our 25th episode, and it's
kind of your 25th anniversary, huh?
It is.
It kind of is.
And
celebrating, actually, your guys' 30th anniversary is coming up.
Yeah.
For Zeke.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was just reading the poster back there with Anti-Scene. That was 20 years.
And then,
in October.
if
People keep saying that. It's like been 30 years. I guess it has.
And you guys are featured prominently in every episode. You are our intro music, and Marky noodling on the guitar is our exit music. So you are a big part of every episode. Maybe you should watch sometime and just see what.
I have watched.
Okay.
But Mark, are you getting paid for that?
Yeah.
Mark, are you getting paid
that's what I said. Should we ask these guys?
Here comes the royalties.
Yes.
Do I get money for anything?
So we were talking earlier.
Yeah, for building decks.
Oh, yeah, building and stuff. Yeah.
Kaz and I go back 45 years together. When do you guys meet? How long ago?
I mean, probably
1990.
1990.
1990. You moved to Seattle in 1990, and you started working at.
I moved here in '89.
Okay.
Okay, but you moved to downtown Seattle above the off ramp in 1990.
Yeah, maybe so.
And that's when I met you.
Okay. And so, what were you
I started playing with your band.
What were you guys doing
My band.
pre-meeting?
Well,
You guys
as far
were-
as I was concerned.
You guys had musical interests before you met.
Put that on me, Donnie.
It's like
Musical
You came from Arkansas, right?
I was born and raised. Wait. I was raised in Arkansas and Texas.
Okay. And then, go ahead, Cass.
So where you came from? I want to start talking about the music stuff because I was just like I always tell everybody, you are my favorite guitar player in the world, and I'm like sitting right next to him, and that's just, and I mean that.
Don't lose your shit,
sincerely.
Cass. Keep it together.
But no, Mark and I have talked about music all the time, watching YouTube videos, and you would show me stuff like Black Oak, Arkansas, early, like David Allan Coe, like doing the river and the prison, videos and stuff like that. So your influence of music, coming up from them, what was it like for you? And when you started playing your guitar, what were you attracted to as far as music goes?
Man, I had a cousin who had a collection of 8 tracks, and so I was introduced at a very early age. A lot of it, I guess, was country music. You know what I mean? Like in Arkansas, Missouri, and Texas, there's just all kinds of country music. So that was always kind of in the background or whatever. But my cousin Todd, he had 8 tracks of like all the early Black Sabbath records, Leonard Skinner, Bad Company, and Kiss and Aerosmith, and so that was my introduction to rock and roll. As soon as I heard rock and roll, that was pretty much it. Wasn't really interested in anything else at all.
And then, what about you, Donnie? How big was music in your early years? Maybe you have a lot of music in the household.
My parents are musicians.
Oh, that's what.
My dad was playing out every night he could, and then my mom eventually became the singer in his band, and so from day one, it was music all the time. Under the Christmas tree at 5 years old was a snare drum, and then it just went on from there. Got a kit in 2nd grade and played a talent show with my parents. Became the drummer in their band when I was 15.
Oh my God!
So
family band.
They yanked him out of school and made him play R&B for.
Yeah,
most of his life.
I played country. Just all the middle of the road stuff that you'd hear in a bar at that time. I was 15 years old and doing it 3 months every summer, and then went back to school like for a few months, 6 months, and then back out on the road with my parents for 3 years.
And then they tried to exorcise the demons out of him.
You think it's not even, that's the truth. It really is the truth.
God, and what a double education. The school system and then being a young rock star.
Which I wasn't a rock star, but the thing about, it was like I knew at that time that I quit school at 10th grade, and I was never fucking going back to that.
Yeah.
I was making $200 a week playing rock and roll. It's like, this seems fucking awesome.
Yeah. And you never had to play drums on a pillow or pots and pans? Your parents gave you a...
I did that.
Oh, you did that? Okay.
I was like 1 year old.
Yeah.
But then you get to, it was second grade, it was a happenstance. So they're playing in a band. Drummer gets a new drum set. He's drunk, sells my dad the kit for $50, brings it home to me. It's a Christmas present, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
But I played plenty of pots and pans up to that point.
Yeah.
So, Mark, then, like you growing up in Arkansas, what brought you out here? Did you have a band already, or did you just...
Oh yeah, no, I didn't, man. I didn't really find anybody to do rock and roll with in Arkansas. I played in a couple of cover bands, on a AAA band circuit, and drank all of my pay. And but I did get the Les Paul that I used on the first Zeke record, and out of that, and I moved to Los Angeles because I thought I was going to be like I don't know what I thought. I thought maybe I'd be some kind of rock star, like get into a band or whatever.
A shredder.
Yeah, and like I didn't know what I wanted to do, but and then like after hanging out in Hollywood for a little while and acquiring a very, very expensive drug habit, which I don't even know how I managed to make that happen. Oh, I guess I was selling drugs, but I met somebody that I started dating, and she kind of turned me on to a lot of music, like Bad Brains,
That's okay.
Gun Club, Big Black, Flipper. She turned me on to Minor Threat, Angry Samoans, a lot of other bands from all the DC and California hardcore bands, and kind of like it was like kind of a revelation or whatever. And then I just kind of thought, I'm not going to do what I came out here to do. I'm gonna I need to do something else, and I don't know. Really, I guess that's how I got out here. I got there was that gal that I was dating was friends with a couple of people that were in a kind of a psychedelic. How would you describe them? It's really weird because there's kind of like a goth deal to them, but then it's also like the Stooges and
it's kind of eclectic thing, It's like alternative for.
And then almost like a Doors thing happening or whatever. Yeah. It's really, really, really. So there's this kind of weird band, and she thought that I should hook up with her friends that she knew, and they were originally from Anacortes, which is, not far. Yeah, and so I started playing in that band, and
that was Mock Turtle, yeah.
Yeah, and Donnie joined that band. That's how we kind of met, I think.
When they moved up here from San Francisco.
Mm-hmm. The first Zeke riffs were probably written in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm. I mean, knowing your guys' backgrounds, you guys both, like you said, the same type of music, Kiss, Cheap Trick, all that stuff. And so when you guys got together, Zeke is a different beast. It's like being a fan, it's like it's an army. It's something different than everything else that goes on. And that's why it's so amazing to me, and that's why John likes it. You guys are one of a kind. You're fast, you're heavy, you're technical. You guys are phenomenal. So, like, how did that come together when you guys first started getting together and rehearsing, you and Marky with Zeke?
Well, everybody, we were practicing with Mock Turtle. And so
I started spoon feeding him Zeke riffs.
Yeah, well, the other people were gone. We were waiting on them, and Mark's
everybody's high.
Yeah, so Mark's like, hey,
I'm high, but I still have my guitar on.
He wants to play. So he's like, let's play these riffs. And I'm like, yeah. These are great, but we're still in this band, Mock Turtle.
I had already tried to show these riffs to other people. Like I was in a band called the Felch Tones. That's where I got, people were like, why do you call yourself Blind Marky Felch Tone? Well, I was in a band called the Felch Tones with 2 members of Coffin Break. That's Rob and Dave. And then Dougie from, what's the name of his band?
Oh, shit.
Sinister Six.
Yeah, Sinister Six.
So those 3 guys and me, we were the Felch Tones, and that was a Ramones cover band. And, actually, a lot of people came to those shows, but Dougie wouldn't show up to rehearsal. So one night I was, standing around with Rob and Dave. I'm kind of intimidated. I'm always intimidated playing with these guys because they're in Coffin Break. It's like, whoa, it's kind of a big deal. And I'm like, why don't we, I've got a couple of riffs. You guys want to hear them? And Rob was like, yeah, sure, let's hear them. And so I start playing Chiva, and those guys come in, and it sounds amazing. It really does. It sounds killer with Dave on drums. It sounds killer with Rob on bass. And I start singing a little bit. And then Rob stops, and he says, okay, this is the most ridiculous music I've ever heard in my life. I'm not playing this. And I'm like, dude. And he's like, I'm like, dude, so like we go through the Ramones set, and then later on I'm like, hey man, what was the problem with those songs that I was showing you? And he was like, man, Zeke, he said, Seattle only has or already has a Motorhead. We don't need a second Motorhead. Come on, man. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess it's kind of like a Motorhead riff or whatever. But yeah, but Donnie was like, yeah, this is kind of cool. So,
and we one day we played a show with Mock Turtle, and it was a disaster. It was at the Vogue, and I was just over it. And so I quit. And I don't know why Mark quit the same night.
That was my way out. I've been planning to get out of that band for years and years and years because all we did was drugs. We barely even played music. It was just we were high all the time.
And then it was Zeke full time. But it wasn't Zeke. It was just me and Mark trying to play some music that we liked.
With Dizzy.
We didn't have Dizzy yet, but we got him. But I didn't even want to be in a band with Dizzy. He came to the practice place and he starts playing with us, and Mark and I just look at each other and it's like, well, I guess he has to be in the band because he fucking rocks.
Yeah. Yeah, he's there, and then Mark Pierce.
He's making it sound. I mean, like I really had to convince Donnie to let
He
him
did.
play the band.
He had to convince
I
me.
had to beg him, basically.
Yeah. And so you got the 4 guys that became Zeke.
That was 3.
Then Mark Pierce come in.
Well, he came in later, yeah.
Okay.
We got Kurt back. That's when we got Kurt in the band, I think.
Well, we had Mark Pierce before Kurt.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay. And so, I mean, first rehearsals, like, this is something different. This is it. This is the band. Were you convinced that this was a band that could take off?
Nope.
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 And then what are you like, are you like saying, we want to be a band like this band? I mean, did you have, like, nope we're just playing music and...
You guys were kind of, like you say, you were different from what was going on around the area at the time. And you were fast, you were heavy, and you were your own thing, which was awesome. Started doing some shows, and next thing you know, people are getting wind of Zeke, and you're filling up rooms.
No, it didn't even really go like
No?
that. I don't feel like. I feel like we played some shows around here, but we played with a lot of other bands, and finally, it was the 4 of us, and we went on our first tour with a band called Bristle. And it was a DIY tour that we booked out of Book Your Own Life. We didn't have any help. No one gave a shit. They were pissed off at us. No one wanted to play with us because maybe they thought we were better than them or faster or more intense.
Got kicked out of vegan household
I
or
mean,
vegan,
yeah,
we houses.
We didn't have it easy. It wasn't until Flat Tracker came out that really people decided, like the Super Suckers or Seattle people decided that, oh, wow, maybe this band is something. Because, I mean, yeah, we could play at the Lake Union Pub. It held like 100 people. And so that was great. But that's all we aspired to. Like Mark said the other day in a conversation, he said, man, I just wanted to get a 7-inch out, And that's what I wanted too, I just wanted to have a record out. I didn't,
That literally was my goal, was just to do one single and go down the West Coast one time.
Yeah, and so that was West Seattle Acid Party. Is that your first official thing? And how was the reception for that?
Man, I don't remember.
It's hard to even tell. The records we had, we sold, and we just kept touring. I mean, really, we didn't have anything else. The only way we were either going to make money was either that, stay on the road, and or wash dishes. I mean, who had any skills? I didn't. Mark didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, we had rock and roll skills. That was it.
And so you mentioned Flat Tracker, which is your second album.
Yeah.
Super Sound Racing. I think that's an amazing fucking debut album. So many great songs. Was that not well received?
Well, I mean, at that time.
I mean, if you're
It
asking
wasn't
if we
even
got good
distributed.
reviews, yeah, we've always gotten good reviews. I think the only review I ever remember reading where I was like, oh, well, was one that I felt like deserved to get kind of slammed, and that was Dirty Sanchez, which I wrote when I was detoxing, and was probably written in over the course of like less than 2 weeks because we were getting pushed to get it out.
Yeah.
But everything else that we've ever put out, I thought we were getting, they were being way too nice, I mean, or people liked it more than I liked it. But so yeah, I think all of our records have been pretty well received. We don't sell 250,000 records a quarter, but
They're just not. They're not. We've never been available like that either. Not 250,000 records couldn't have been bought.
yeah.
So, but I feel like everybody has reviewed us, except for Dirty Sanchez, it's been great.
You guys have been, through some lineup changes. What most consider the classic lineup of Zeke consisted of Sonny and Mark also with you guys. And, unfortunate about Sonny. I mean, what did he bring to the band when he joined?
Sonny had the biggest guitar sound when Sonny showed up at with Donnie, because Donnie brought him in, he was wearing some kind of Hawaiian shirt, and he had a surfer haircut, and I just thought, man, I can't believe Donnie's even bringing this guy in here. But he picked up his Les Paul and knew all of the songs. And the only thing I remember was like I don't know how to deal with it, because I'd already had a plan of letting Donnie know, no, this guy's definitely not it. Sorry, nice to meet you, you're gone. But when he was playing the songs, it sounded so much better than just the three of us playing the songs that I had to.
And the other guys we tried out too, it sounded way better. He was the one.
I don't even remember trying other guitar players out, but yeah, he was. And then you don't even realize how good something is until it's gone, because I've had other guitar players in the band that maybe had more technical ability than Sonny did, but when he came and he did the anniversary show with us, as soon as he picked up the guitar and he was playing the same guitar and amp setup as the other guy, it sounded so much bigger. It was just there's just and then Sonny had a thing where he never tried to do any sort of technical guitar work at all. I guess I don't really either. But some guys are more technical than others. Sonny was into Link Ray and Chuck Berry, and he played that way, and somehow it worked with my guitar style. So, yeah, he's definitely my favorite guitar player that we've had in the band, of course. And I guess that's a classic line of Zeke. It's probably the best lineup of Zeke, in a lot of ways, me, Mark, Sonny, and Donnie. But, me and Dizzy and Donnie, I thought was one of my most fun, I don't know. That's a lineup that I remember being, that's what I think of as classic Zeke, is the three of us.
Me too.
Yeah.
And then you had Jeff Matz, Grammy Award-winning Jeff Matz in your band for a while.
Yeah, that was a game changer, man.
Yeah.
That made me think that I could do pretty much anything with this band, and then I tried to do just about anything with this band, and some of it worked and some of it didn't. But, Jeff's an amazing musician, man. There's just no two ways about it. And I've gotten to do some really interesting stuff, through my association with Jeff. Jeff wanted to be in Zeke really bad.
I tried out twice.
Yeah, he came up from Fort Collins twice to play in this band, and we had Jason Freeman, who's currently our bass player, in the band, and we were already writing Death Alley, and Jeff came in. We had to let him try out because he'd come all the way up from Colorado, and he played 2 songs with us, and I was like, talked to Donnie. I'm like, man, I'm sorry, dude, but we might have to kick Jason. We might have to kick Jason to the curb and get this kid in, man. And that's what we wound up doing. But it's good. It's good to have Jason back in the band.
The first time he tried out, he was like 15.
Oh, wow.
And he comes to our practice room, and he plays everything perfect. And we're like, hey, dude, we're sorry.
He's playing the songs better than us.
We're like, we're sorry, man, but you can't. We would jade you. You're not 21. Play all these fucking fucked up clubs and do drugs. We're sorry.
Yeah.
You're trying to protect the kid.
Yeah, the first time, I think we made I don't know how, we have no conscience at all as a pair of dudes,
We didn't.
So, how it came upon us to be like, hey, dude, we can't let you in the band because we care too much about you. It's kind of funny, but
It's like, we can't corrupt you to the fucking level we've been corrupted.
Those were some of the fun footage you would see on the Live and Uncensored, like Sonny and Jeff on flights.
Oh God!
It didn't look like it
those
lasted
guys.
long.
I've carried those guys across the United States, and I mean literally carried them when they were shit-faced to the van.
Pulling them out of airports, dragging them out of airports, literally.
That's part of the whole Zeke nostalgia, But that was the era when you guys, after
Halen years. Man.
Yes, exactly. After Sonny left, you guys did a Till the Living End album as a 3-piece with Jeff, and I just love your drums on that album.
Donnie's drums are awesome on that record.
It just sounds so great. What did you change? Was that your old undoings for that album? It just sounds amazing.
We're just doing weird songs, man.
Yeah, we had a chance to just the three of us. There's a chemistry, and anytime we play with Jeff, there's a chemistry that we have that we can improvise together, and that part of it helped us write all these things that we were able to. I feel like that I was able to do. Like, it was a jam session. I feel like we got back together and we pared down the crazy shit that we were actually doing for the record, because I'd like to pull out some of the demos that we did on my ADAT, because they were like, it seemed like Ever Onward had like 5 more parts, and like Mark said, he felt like he could do anything, and we were trying to, just the three of us. Like when we used to play mainline, and we break down and do like the Led Zeppelin breakdown, and we could do that with Jeff. I don't feel like we could. It's like we can really do that with anybody else. It was kind of a
that's what it was like playing with a musical genius. We and then I got to through my association with Jeff, I got to meet Slayer Hippie, who he's gone now, which is sad. But and I got to do a. It was funny because I got to do a record with Jeff, Slayer Hippie, Mike from Yob, and it was all metal. And the funny thing is Jeff played guitar on all that. And not only did he play guitar, but he played lead guitar. And he played lead guitar probably better than me. And I never even knew the guy knew how to play guitar.
It's pretty crazy. Was that part of the old when Slayer Hippie did that Bluish or Colt tribute album?
That's kind of a separate thing. But,
separate thing.
Yeah, but if anybody was interested in checking that out, there's a Thin Lizzy comp. I can't remember what it's called, but we did Opium Trail.
Okay.
And if you want to hear me and Jeff trading leads, It's you can look that song up, but yeah.
One of my favorite shows was actually when we booked you at a little bar in Olympia. You got together, you played with like Andrew McKeag, Xander Schloss, and
Oh, that was your
John. Yeah, I put
You
that.
made that happen.
Yeah, but watching you play cover songs, like watching you do like Freddie King songs and stuff, because I've never seen you play at a slower pace than what you play.
Right.
And it just, I have that. We had that show recorded, and I'd listen to that all the time.
And you've threatened to release that on
I want
vinyl.
to press it on vinyl.
Yeah.
It was just a bunch of guys from Seattle. They got together. They were in town. They compared songs. They rehearsed in my photo studio and then played a show. God, that was fun.
That was a
Yeah,
good one.
that was fun.
And the rehearsal at your
I mean,
house was...
I never got to
Yeah.
play with Andrew before that, man. So it was really cool to get to jam with that guy.
Right, and John from
And
C
then
Average.
John is like the best bass player ever. Like who knew? Who? I had no idea.
Yeah, that's what you know. In C Average, he plays guitar. He goes, "I'm a better bass player, though."
He is a better bass player. I mean, nothing against the average because that was a cool band for sure.
So, I don't go as far back with you guys seeing you live as Kaz does, but saw you for the first time 2012 around the corner, 6th Avenue, Hell's Kitchen, and it was kind of a life-changing moment for me, and I don't mean that. That's true. I mean, it's such a release for me to watch you guys play. You're so fucking good and you're so powerful, and it's so great. It's like we need that. It's like a stress relief for me. It's like there's so much bullshit going on, and you go to your show and just like you let it all out. And it's so great. When did you remember seeing these guys for the first time?
Oh yeah, it was back in the Super Sucker days. I think it's when they released "Motherfuckers Be Trippin'." You guys were down to a 3-piece. We were in Portland, and we went and watched you.
Did Ron get up and play with us?
I think he did.
I remember that show.
Ron would always sit in and play with you guys when he had a chance.
That was great.
And it got in there another guy when he was at his peak. He was at his peak, you know. It's so sad we're talking about so many of these.
Well, I mean, that's the Seattle legacy, really. I mean, it's a rock and roll legacy.
And it's a shame. It's just like you say, what's nice about it is Zeke's still around to do it, you know.
So yeah. So those shows were memorable for us. What are the memorable shows that you've played over the years that really stand out, like the crowd, or we played the best we've ever played? Do you have some concerts that really stand out for you guys?
Oh man, I don't know, man. We played some shows at the Knitting Factory in New York that were pretty incredible, man. We've played some shows that, what are some shows that stand out for me, man? You know, it's like, and then like, I don't know, man. We've played shows in Austin, Texas that I can't even believe how amazing they were, you know. And then what about, you know, hey, you know what? I just played to 4,000 people or 5,000 people at in Gothenburg, Sweden, and it was like a big venue for my band, you know. And I remember signing a bunch of copies of Death Alley for like, you know, 15, 16-year-old kids. And so that, of course, that sticks out in my mind as being like a pretty amazing memory, you know. And you know, but God, you know, whatever, you know, shoot, we got to do a tour with Motorhead. That was pretty memorable, you know.
Yeah.
Having their sound guy like do our sound a couple of nights, and then like you know, fucking Ian, man. And then what else, man? I don't know. There's there's just too much, man. I wish I could think of something, you know.
Oh man, I can't.
Back in the day, and when we were first starting out, you know, I remember playing Spokane, and like we had 2 A cars out there because people were throwing pounder glasses at each other and fucking each other up, man. So I mean, it's hard to forget stuff like that.
You said you had one?
Oh man, I remember this show. We played at a festival called the Rhine Culture Festival, and I don't remember what time of day it was, but it's like there's 20,000 people there or something. But
Like 4:00 in the afternoon.
so yeah, and we're playing, and there's a shit ton of people in front of us, and it's great. Well, it starts fucking raining, and I'm thinking in my head, oh my God. You know what would happen in Seattle? People would run for the fucking cover, right? These people did not run for the cover. it started raining, the fucking lightning struck, and it got more intense, and the pit went fucking off. And I was like, it was crazy. That was like one of the funnest shows because I just thought it was done. I really did. I was like, oh, this is over. And it went completely the opposite direction. I think then me and Jeff went and watched The Darkness after that. Mark hates The Darkness.
Do you? No comment on that one.
You're right. Well, that's, we did a podcast with Mark Diamond of the Dwarves, and, he sits there and goes, the old people like us are still doing it because these young kids aren't doing it anymore. Like, Mark always just, what bands are out there that you're liking?
Convictions.
The guitarist is
There's
right
so
over here.
many good
but it's true.
bands out there right now. It's ridiculous. So I mean, just get out and go to shows instead
Overdose.
of sitting.
Fucking.
I love all of Reed's stuff. Hopefully he'll come out on the road with us and bring some of that tunage because it needs to be heard. But yeah, there's just tons of stuff out there, man.
And Casey over here, she's got a band, the new band. What
What is it? Blast
Blast
Cells?
Cells, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't heard them yet.
There's another band to listen
Blast
to.
Cells is a great band.
But
See, we
I
can
saw
always
the
learn.
Convictions. I don't remember if it was we were playing TSOL or what it was, but you guys were in the other room, and I quit watching because I heard what was going on there. I had to go see it. It was fucking awesome. So check them out.
Yeah, well, you guys didn't play together for a while, but now you're back, and you've got a lot of cool shit coming up. 2 weeks from today, Vegas
Yep.
with the Dwarves.
We'll be down there
We'll
with you
be
guys.
down there.
Awesome.
I'll be slinging your merch for you.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, you have to beat Jana up, but that's okay.
Oh, no, I'll hang out. I'll bring her water and a beverage. Good.
That's what she'll need.
And
We're going to
then
be with Nick Oliveri the night before, but we'll make it to Vegas
maybe,
on time.
yeah, maybe if he doesn't destroy us. And then you're doing a California run, and then it's off to Europe again.
Yep.
How long are you in Europe? A couple months or 6-8 weeks?
Hopefully not.
It's 24 shows. We're there for just under a month.
Okay. And so, U.S. crowds versus European crowds. What's the biggest difference?
Oh man, it's like they appreciate rock and roll a little. They haven't been spoiled in Europe, even though they've been doing rock and roll forever and ever and ever. I don't know, man. So, at least, I think that no matter what band you are, you're probably going to get a better reception anywhere in the places in Europe that they have rock and roll shows at than probably anywhere in the States. Quite honestly.
Yeah, it's the problem with America is we have all these identity things. We are. I'm metal. I'm fucking punk. And I feel like I played so many shows that after the show there's a frickin' disco and everybody stays after they saw the punk show or the metal show or the whatever show. Mm-hmm. They're into music. There's a lot less. Stipulations on what they can listen to, as far as their identity goes, I guess.
Yeah, they embrace it more. That's for sure.
So you were talking about labels. Some people call you guys hardcore, punk, heavy metal. What do you guys consider yourselves? I mean, do you just rock and roll?
Yeah, just rock and roll.
Just rock and roll, yeah.
I heard it was good time rock and roll.
Good time rock and roll.
I think Mark coined that a few years ago.
We've never left a Zeke show disappointed, so good time.
Always leave us satisfied, yeah. And then June 9th, new single coming out.
Yes.
Ride Free, Ride Hard. Did I say that correctly?
Ride Hard, Ride Free.
Oh, backwards. And what can you say about that song? What are we going to expect? What classic Zeke?
Classic Zeke, man.
Classic Zeke.
Zeke.
And then is there an album to follow that?
I don't have any plans for an album at this time, but it'll probably happen.
Awesome.
By the end of next year.
Baby steps into the future.
We got singles coming. That's
Okay.
what we're doing.
That's great.
We got a single coming out.
One of the songs was like 3 minutes long. The other one's like 2.
2 songs.
So,
What? Yeah. Is that real?
yeah. So I'm hoping there's just another great Mark guitar solo in there somewhere.
Might be 3.
I hope so.
There might be 4 solos in one of those songs.
Oh, sweet.
Sign me up. I did pre-order it.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Me too.
So,
Yeah.
good. Well,
And then wait, did I see that maybe some reissues are coming? I thought I saw maybe a Live and Uncensored reissue. Is that?
Well, that's going to go to vinyl in Europe only, and it's a limited edition. And I can't remember exactly how many copies, but it's a gatefold, but it's not going to be more than 1,000. So I think it's 800 or something, but it's going to be limited edition. That's going to probably be it.
Okay. I have to find a
You
way to
guys
get a
hearing
copy
that?
of that. Brad.
Kicked into the teeth is being licensed by everybody's grandpa and mom in Europe right now, so it's not hard to get.
that's perfect.
Yeah. Well,
Good. Well, that's almost wraps it up. But we, after every musical guest, we finish it off with a quick 5 questions. We asked the same one. Did it with Mark Diamond, Bad Cop, and you guys are next to go. So
don't
Matz,
forget
you
Dan Siegel. He did it
Oh,
too.
Dan Siegel did too. So,
Dancing Eagle?
yeah,
Dancing
we did
Eagle,
one with
Dancing
Dancing Eagle.
Dan Sneagle.
All right. So I'll start this off. Same question, Mark. You can answer it first. What's the best concert you've ever been to?
God damn it. Black Sabbath.
Era, 4th album.
When I saw Black Sabbath the last time, that was the best show.
Okay.
That's
How
awesome.
about you, Donnie?
You know, I mean, it's really tough. I don't ever place merit on what's better and what's worse. I probably could tell you what the worst concert I saw was.
Well, let's hear that.
All right, it was Rat after they put out their second album. The guy really couldn't sing. It was really bad. So there you go.
Okay.
Worst concert.
That was, that was my very first concert I ever went to in 4th grade.
Second album.
Well, they opened for Bon Jovi.
Oh, I did
Rising
not go
Star
see
Show
Bon
number
Jovi,
2.
I guarantee you that.
I went to see Rat.
Yeah, but I didn't go see Rat playing with Bon Jovi.
I unfortunately
I
did.
wouldn't have showed up. But I never liked that band.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I should have.
I was a
They
4th
made
grader.
What's the next question?
Okay, your house is on fire, Mark. You have time to go in and grab one album. What one is it?
One album?
You have time to save one album from the house fire. What?
It's actually, I guess it's not actually that hard. It would be Sabbath Bloody Sabbath by Black Sabbath.
Okay.
Well, you mean of the albums I actually have, or
Yep.
okay,
Out of your collection.
Van Halen one.
Nice. You should be nice and
I
ask
mean, I'm just telling the truth.
Donnie this one first, so Mark has some extra time to think about it. Okay, what's the next
Okay,
one?
this is going to be a fill in the blank. People would be surprised that I listened to. I could probably answer this one for you, Mark.
Really? We'll answer it for me.
The
If I were to
Osmonds.
guess, tell me if I'm close. The Osmonds.
I knew it.
Well, no, no.
Wild Horses.
Okay,
How about maybe Dionne Warwick?
Okay.
that's a good one.
Does you ever call into her psychic network, find out things?
I don't think so.
Her psychic network.
Yeah. How about you? What was the question? People would be surprised that you listen to what?
Well, Hall & Oates and ELO.
Oh, fuck. So great. Both
Both
them.
are great.
Yeah.
Okay. You win the lottery, money's no object. You're going to have a celebration party. What's the band that's going to play it?
Okay. Wow. I can have any band.
Money's not an object.
Live or Dead band, though?
Wow. You're making us think.
Like the greats are dying off, bro.
I know. Isn't that the
gonna
truth?
pay
Let's
for it.
let's say living. What we got left? We're just winning the lottery now.
Yeah.
Who was the last great band that could still? You could probably.
That has all the members. Oh, shit. I would
mean, if you-
probably go for Aerosmith.
Yeah.
I want Doom.
Doom.
Do they have all the.
English?
Yeah.
Right, but are all the guys still playing?
I think so. Yeah.
See, that would be cool. 'Cause I didn't know that.
All right, the last one. What's the last one, Brian?
When Lemmy meets you at the pearly gates, what's he going to say to you?
Thief.
He called you that once, didn't he?
I think so.
Lem would say, "Come on in."
That's perfect.
If it's Lem, I thought I didn't see it was Lemmy. I thought if I met at
Let me
my
greet you at the
terrible
pearly
Well,
gates.
chicken scratch.
If it was God, I think he'd say,
Yeah, go down, son. Well, I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
I just want to thank the Zeke guys here.
Yeah,
And,
from all, I mean, we represent all the fans of Zeke. We're so excited for everything you're doing, new stuff, new shows. Wish you guys the best in Europe. Tear it up, and can't wait to see you in a couple weeks in Vegas.
I'm Kaz.
And I'm Shay, and thanks for watching For the Rec with Kaz and Shay. See you next time.